Oh, bollocks. I was muted. Of course I was. Welcome. Well, do you know what? That is so ironic. Like, that is genuinely so ironic. I'm going to explain to you why later on. But that is hilarious. I've just started the show muted. Welcome. This is Ruthlessly Effective, and this is my weekly live show. And I am streaming on Instagram today, which is super exciting. Hello to everybody over on Instagram. Is anybody with me live? Drop me a message. Let me know on the gram that you are here. And essentially, what I'm going to be doing with you today is we're going to be talking about live streaming. And that's why it's absolutely hysterical that I started this show muted, which is hilarious. I'm going to explain to you even more later why that's so hilarious. But look, we are entering a world where anyone can create a perfectly written post, a polished image, and a convincing video in seconds. There's so much software coming out endlessly at the moment that just makes that easier and easier and easier. I was looking at one this week where you just put loads of clips into it, press a button, and boom, you have the perfect reel. Doesn't that sound amazing? But, this creates a really interesting problem, though, which is that if everybody and anybody can make perfectly polished content, how does anybody know who to trust? Because I think one of the things about this is that there are already so many people that have had their fingers burnt, that have been scammed or conned into paying for things, and trust is through the floor. As business owners, that by default makes us marketers. Our job is to build relationships with our audience and create a space where they can grow to know us, like us, and trust us. And on one side of things, it's like, yes, that's becoming easier because now I can put loads of content out, sharing my thoughts and my opinions and, what my soapbox moment is and all this kind of stuff. But on the flip side of that, it's like, oh no, because so can anybody. It's getting so easy to create content and create stuff and put it out on social media. So if everyone can make polished content and we're in a space where, well, we don't really know who to trust anymore, I think the answer to how can we increase trust whilst leaning on AI to help us get even more out of the time that we're spending in marketing the answer is incredibly simple. It's go live. Because you can fake a lot of things with AI, but it's much harder to fake being there in the moment with people live on video, thinking, responding, and also talking and reacting to what's being put in the comments and talking to real human beings. That is much harder to fake. And I think live video is about to become a lot more valuable because of that. So today I'm going to give you 5 reasons why I think you should be going live so much more than you currently are. And let me know wherever you're watching this from. If you're here with me on the live, woohoo, hey, good to have you with me. If you're on Instagram, if you are on Facebook, if you are on YouTube, if you are on LinkedIn, we're all over the socials today. Drop it in the comments for me just now. Are you currently going live? Is that something that you're doing? Just drop yes or no in the comments. And if you are watching this on YouTube and we're not live, you're watching this, the replay, or perhaps the perfectly polished edit that we've created off the back of this video, I want you to put in the comments an explanation of, are you going live? If you are, what do you go live about? Let us all know. Let's come and follow you and get involved. Or if you're not going live, why not? I would love to know. Also, just checking in here, we've got Amir on LinkedIn. Hello. Hi, my name's Cordelia. My last name is Kate. Actually, my last name is not Kate. My middle name is Kate. I go by the name of Cordelia Kate. And it's great to have you here. Welcome and cool beans. So, reason number 1 then, why you need to be going live. Let's jump straight into this. Number 1, trust happens so much faster. Now, when I say trust, what I mean is when we look at what that actually means, you hear it all the time. People say, get your audience to trust you, build trust with your audience. Yeah, but how? What does that mean? Well, let's break it down. If someone trusts you, it means they know you, they like you, they're aware of what their problem is, and they feel that you could be a good solution to their problem, and they are likely to reach out and have a conversation with you and respect your opinion and your 2 cents on something. And that is what we want to achieve with all the content that we're putting out on social media. Now, look, we aren't going to appease, we're not going to connect people, not everybody. What I'm trying to say is not everybody's going to love you. Not everybody's going to gel with you. And that's perfectly normal. And that's actually a good thing, because when you go live, what you do is you actually bare your soul a little bit. You show people what you're about. You think on the spot, you speak and riff. And what that does is it lets people get an idea or a sense of who you are and what you're about. And that enables them to build that connection with you so much faster than any other method on the internet. And I say on the internet because the only faster way is to actually have conversations with people, like one-to-one, or be at in-person live events, right? So being online and speaking one-to-many, doing that in a live format is the best one-to-many speaking format that there is, because you're going to build trust so much faster. People can feel your energy. It's unedited, it's uncut, it's real, it's you being you. And you're going to pull the people towards you that feel like they connect with you. And you're going to repel the ones that just don't. And that's good, because you don't want to work with those guys anyway, because that's going to be a nightmare, quite honestly. That's fine. Adios. Off you go. There's loads of other people out there that can work with you. I don't want to be your coach. So that is what going live does in a nutshell. But in terms of you showing up as you, that's something that takes a bit of time, because I think we have this idea in our mind that we need to become perfect, professional, polished speakers, and maybe go to speaking finishing school and perhaps do Toastmasters or learn from an expert how to public speak, because it is a skill. And yeah, it is a skill, but my opinion on speaking is that you have nailed it when you are really comfortable with being yourself in front of a crowd or a camera. That's it. It's as simple as that. And actually, I've got it up here. I've won an award for public speaking. Best virtual gig, this award was from the Speaker Awards. I never went to public speaking school. I've never had any professional training. I guarantee you there are so many people out there that would complain about my speaking style. I'm a bit waffly. I'm a bit ADHD in the way that I bounce around and I don't finish my thoughts sometimes. I say the wrong words. I fluff. I do all the things that perfect professional public speaking schools would say, oh, that's not good enough. Yeah, I won an award. Why did I win an award? I think it was because I was real, I was myself, I was comfortable, and I created a really good experience for people that were watching me because of that. So it's not about being perfect. It's about being yourself, and people sense that you are being yourself and they trust you more as a result, because you are someone who is relatable to them and they go, yeah, I quite like him. He's all right. Or yeah, I quite like her. She's all right. Or whatever bloody pronoun you use, you know? So that is trust happening faster is your number one reason for going live more. And look, here's the other thing about that, just final point on it. If you are going to have the guts and have the courage to go live to deliver your message, you look like you've got nothing to hide. But you know, when we're like stuck trying to perfect things and polish things and edit things and make them perfect, it's like we're not fully confident that we definitely know what we're talking about, or we definitely believe in what we're saying. So it also just shows that you back yourself and that you are confident in what you're saying. Number 2, your humanness becomes the advantage, because Look, AI is making content creation easy, but there is a backlash happening. People don't want to read and watch AI content. Why? Because it's not real. There's no real human experience that's being shared in storytelling, in, sharing failures, what went wrong, what we learned, what our experience was with achieving success, or, overcoming a problem or recovering from an illness. You don't want to listen to AI telling you those stories, because that's posing to be human. It's fake. It's not real. And the backlash that's happening is that when people are reading text and seeing an M dash, they're like, oh, I don't want to read that anymore. Or they're watching a video and they get a sniff. Oh, this video is potentially AI. They scroll and they stop watching. They see an image, and we start to spot the patterns that AI is creating. Like, you can tell sometimes when images have been created with AI because they've got loads of unnecessary detail that a person on Canva just probably wouldn't put in. Or writing has these patterns, like it says, here's the important bit, or here's the bit that nobody's telling you, or here's the thing that no one's telling you, or it says, not this, not that, I mean this. And we start to see these patterns in writing, and we start to recognize, oh yeah, they've written that with AI. And it's very disappointing sometimes. If that was a heartfelt, meaningful post that somebody is pretending, they're posing, that they put their heart and soul into handwriting every letter, and then you get a glimpse of the first M dash and the first AI perfect sentence, and you're like, oh dear. Especially if it's something really personal, like you're speaking about someone that passed away or an addiction that you recovered from. So look, we don't want to read this stuff from AI. We don't want to learn from AI. We want perhaps AI to help us organize ourselves, to do a bit of the plumbing for us, to enable us to do less admin. But your audience don't want you to turn into AI. One of my clients yesterday, we were generating these amazing AI videos to help us prep for speaking. And she was like, oh my God, can I put these out on social media? And I was like, personally, I wouldn't. She was like, but they're so good. I'm like, yeah, they are really good, but your audience wants to hear from you. Like, maybe do the video with a voiceover where you're walking them through it, or maybe just recreate the video yourself. But like, sometimes we get caught in like, oh, AI produces things that are so shiny and so perfect. What we need to remember is our audience don't want shiny and perfect. They want real, they want relatable. They want to see themselves in what you're talking about and in what you're putting out into the marketplace. And they can't see themselves in perfect. That feels too big. It feels unrelatable. They don't see themselves as perfect. They see themselves as flawed. And if they see a few flaws in you, it means that you are someone that they are going to relate to. So this takes a lot of courage to put yourself out on the internet and be like, okay, I'm going to show everyone my flaws. Well, I'm gonna mess up. I'm gonna mess up in front of everyone and be okay with it, because I know that in leadership, this is enabling me to shine the flipping light for everybody else that wants to do this or wants to achieve whatever it is that I help people achieve. But they don't have the confidence, or they don't believe in themselves, or they don't know if they can do it. I want to show them that they can, because if I can do it, they can do it. And that's the mindset that we want to be in when we're thinking about going live. Your humanness is your advantage. And it always has been, quite honestly. I've been telling people this for years. Be yourself, because what it's going to do is build you an audience of people that get you, that connect with you, that you are really demonstrating that there is a way forward because they can relate to you. But I think now we bring AI into the mix even more so, because if it looks AI, people aren't going to be listening. So you don't want to be too perfect and too polished, because you don't want to look like AI, quite frankly. Okay, number 3, live becomes your content source. I love the idea of having AI help me create shitloads of content, because quite honestly, it's a lot of work. And if I want a blog and I want a newsletter and I want to contact people on my email list and I want Instagram to stay alive and I want a YouTube channel that's populated with content and I want to go live and I also want to write Substacks and carousel posts and all the other things, I kind of need to be the content creation department because that is a lot. It's a lot to keep up with. And then you get someone else that comes along like, oh my God, everybody needs to get on Blue Sky. Or, oh my God, TikTok is the new thing. Or, oh my God, we need to be on Substack now. And you go, oh God, not another thing that I need to add into the mix. And it is a lot. It's a lot to keep up with. And a lot of us actually, we have a goodwill in going, yeah, I'm going to do this stuff. I'm going to add a Substack into the mix, or I'm going to add this, I'm going to add that. And then we don't keep up with it. And, let's take live podcasting. Well, sorry, I can't say podcast without saying live. Let's take podcasting, for example. Did you know that most podcasts haven't made it past 3 episodes? And I think that speaks volumes, doesn't it? Like, most podcasts have not made it past 3 episodes. In fact, 90%. If 90% of people have gone, I'm going to start a podcast. Yeah, this is going to be amazing. This is the next thing that I need to add to my plate. And they go to the effort of conceptualizing it, creating the artwork, figuring out the editing and the exporting and the uploading and the promotion of it, or whatever they did for 3 episodes. And then they stop. And if that doesn't illustrate my point well enough, then I don't know what does. We are always taking on more than we can handle because somebody persuaded us it was a good idea. And I don't want live video to be one of those things. I've got a better idea. Live video becomes the king of things. Like if you go live, that becomes a highly human input for everything else. You just take the live as the main raw piece of content and use it as the thing you turn into everything else. For instance, after I have recorded this video is going to get edited into a nice YouTube video that then gets published on my YouTube account. It's also going to get published to Spotify, Apple, and Amazon as a podcast episode. And it's going to get snipped up into reels as well. There's going to be 5 reels. I'm going to have one that's like a mini version that just goes through the whole storyline of this really quick in like less than 2 minutes. And I'm going to have 4 trailers that are going to be recommending people go and watch the main video. And then the transcript of this video is going to become a blog post. And it's going to be a blog that's then published on my website. And so from this, I'm going to get a YouTube video, a podcast episode, blog posts, and reels. And the only way that is possible to keep up with that is systemizing it. You don't want to be messy sitting down every week going, right, I'm going to go live. What should I go live about? Okay, I'm going to repurpose it. What should I repurpose it into? Create a system, a workflow that enables you to so that you can just go live and then repurpose it afterwards. But that's really powerful because what a lot of people are doing right now is they're just going to ChatGPT or they're going to Claude and they're saying, I want you to create some content for me on branding. I need to put 5 posts out on LinkedIn this week to stay current and present and with the times. Can you come up with some ideas for me? Okay, great. Can you turn those ideas into posts? Okay, great. Can you give me some ideas of what images I could put with those posts? Okay, ChatGPT, can you create these images for me? Okay, ding, ding, ding. LinkedIn post done. Happy days. But do you know what the problem with that is? There's a significant problem with that. It has not got your fingerprints over it at all. There's nothing highly human been entered into that workflow. Whereas if you go live and you record it, you take the transcript afterwards and you feed that into ChatGPT or Claude and you generate the posts from that, now you've got a highly human input. Your voice, your way of explaining things, your anecdotes, your mannerisms, stories, your silly little quirks, the things that you say that just AI just wouldn't create, those things are going to be included in your posts. Those are what your posts will be made out of. Now they really sound like you and they're high quality because they've had a highly human input. AI produces the input, is going to sound AI when it comes out. But if you give it a highly human input, it will be a human-ish output or a more human output. So we want to be creating highly human inputs. And you can do that in a few different ways. You can just voice note into your phone for half an hour and then go, right, turn that into a few posts for me for LinkedIn. And it's going to be a hell of a lot better than if you got AI to create the ideas, then write the post from the ideas. It's just AI slop, basically. And the problem with that is that anybody can do that. Anybody can come and pose as a chiropractor and start creating chiropractic posts. And they've never even bloody been to chiropractor school, because AI can just produce it. But if you're a chiropractor and you've done a 30-minute live session about how to overcome hip pain, and you give a story about a client that had hip pain as a result of a historic car accident, and you walk through like what you did with that client, AI can't produce that, can only pose as that, and people sniff it out. So having a highly human input is a really, really good way to create a highly human output. And then we can use AI to help us leverage that time, help us get more from that effort that we made. Because if you just go live on Facebook and you don't do anything with it, well, you kind of wasted that time, really, because we could be really leveraging that and turning it into something really useful in so many different ways. Like, I have a client who has a live show. And what he does is he helps people write books. And one of his methods is that you go live and you do a live stream, and every live stream is a chapter in a book. Oh my God, that is absolutely genius, because that highly human input is so powerful and can be transferred into so many different things. So having that input is a really cool thing, and you just get to leverage your time even more, and it becomes the raw material for clips, for posts, for emails, for ideas, and longer form content as well, like books and podcasts and things. Coming back into the chat, who's here? We've got LinkedIn user. Why aren't you telling me your name? LinkedIn user. Hi, Kate. My name's Cordelia. My middle name is Kate. Great to have you with us. Fantastic topic, and 100% agree with people wanting real and not AI. Definitely. I listened to a podcast episode with Stephen Bartlett and this guy from OpenAI who'd quit OpenAI. It's like one of the safety officers. And they were talking about how, AI is going to make us obsolete. Super intelligence is coming. 2027, we're all doomed. And the guy said, what about podcasts? Stephen Bartlett said, what jobs are going to be safe? And they were talking about different jobs that were likely going to be not safe and which one's going to be safe. He said, what about podcasters? And the guy was like, oh no, podcasters are going to get taken over. And I was like, what? But humans are the consumers of podcasts, and we don't want to listen to AI podcasts. Thank you very much. So yeah, I think it's super important to be making sure that you are doubling down on being human where it matters, and then using AI to help you leverage that. Oh, Mr. Scudder is LinkedIn user. Nice. Okay, cool. I assume you're the James S. It's got to be Mr. Scudder. Okay, so Sam is saying it's a general rule to upload the first 3 so people have something to binge. Yeah, with the podcast. Nice. Good idea. Agree. It's definitely what I teach. He's also saying that was me a couple of years ago, and it's actually become a clause having you're not allowed to use AI in the feedback. Okay, cool. So we've done the first 3 reasons. Reason number 1, trust happens faster. And if you're just joining us, by the way, we're going through reasons why you need to be going live more. So trust happens faster. Your humanness becomes the advantage. Live becomes your content source. Number 4 is a live date makes you show up. That accountability is amazing. Let's say that you have it in mind that you're going to go record some videos on Tuesday. It's in the diary. You've committed to it. But the only thing holding you accountable to actually doing it is that page in your diary and yourself. And then the missus says, should we go and get a coffee this morning? Perhaps we could have a little walk through town and have a lovely morning. And you think, oh God, I said I was going to do these videos, but I don't want to let the missus down. So no, okay, I'll do them later. And then later comes and you don't get around to it. And there are a million other versions of that scenario. It could be the cat being sick on the carpet. You need to go to the vet. The kids are unwell. Someone rings and needs a lift. Whatever it is. And look, it's a very different situation. If you have put a note out on social media, created a Facebook event, sent some emails and said, I'm going live tomorrow at 10:30 to talk about XYZ. Come join me. Here's the link. If you don't show up you just look flaky. And you don't want to be someone that looks flaky. You want to be someone that looks reliable, trustworthy. Otherwise, you're actually doing damage to your reputation as a trustworthy and reliable business owner if you keep saying you're going to go live and then you don't turn up. So we know that. And when we commit publicly to doing something, we are way more likely to follow through. So having a live day is going to make you show up. And it's going to give you that accountability to go and serve your audience with the live that you promised. Even if it's just 2 people, those 2 people hearing from you what it was that you were going to share, they might have really needed to hear that day. And if you don't turn up, well, quite honestly, you're letting your audience down. So accountability is really, really helpful. And I like to put it in my diary, same date each week when I'm going to go live. I changed my day this week. Normally I'm live Tuesday at 11. I changed it to Wednesday 10:30. There's a good reason for that, but I hadn't promoted that I was going live Tuesday at 11. If I had, I would have stuck to it. And I think that in terms of you publicly declaring that you're going to do something, you're way more likely to follow through, and that's why you should. So don't just go, okay, yeah, I'm going to start going live. I'm going to go live on Facebook every now and then I'm going to take the record. Nah, let's make a routine. Let's systemize this. What day are you going live? What time are you going live? Get it in the diary and make it publicly announced. Make a Facebook event, put some posts out about it, stick an email out about it, whatever you need to do to just let people know that you are going to be live at that time so that you have publicly declared it. It holds you accountable. And even though you may still have life happen, it's going to weigh more and you're going to have a conscious decision. You know, when the missus says to you, oh, do you want to go into town? We could go for a coffee and have a lovely walk around. You'd be like, babe, I would love to do that, but I'm going live at 11 and I've already told everyone that I'm going to be live. So I can't really let them down, but maybe we could do it after, like 2:00 or something, you know, and it's going to become more of a priority in a way that actually feels like you are justified to prioritize that because you're not just letting yourself down, you're letting other people down. And the 5th and final reason why you need to be going live more is because it trains you out of perfectionism. I saw this quote from Gary Vaynerchuk once and I absolutely love it. I steal it and give him credit. Perfectionism is insecurity wearing fucking lipstick. And that is so true, isn't it? It's basically like a pretentious version of just plain old insecurity. What's the reason why you have perfectionism? Why you want things to look perfect and be perfect? It's because you want people to see and perceive you in a certain way. And you want to have things look like they are so much better than they otherwise would if they were just raw. I'm on the spot right now, and I'm sure there are many other reasons I'm going to think of later and kick myself, but it's fine because I'm live right now and we're talking about this on the fly and we're riffing and it is imperfect, and it is imperfect on purpose. Because if I scripted this whole thing and I read from a script and I tried to perfect it, there is one thing that I would stop, and that is just really just being myself. And look, it is really scary. I, of all people, am fairly likely to just say the wrong thing or upset someone or say something that sounds bad, but actually I didn't mean it that way, or get something upside down or something along those lines. But if I'm not willing to risk that and to put myself out there anyway, then what I'm not going to do is let people see the real side of me and who I really am, which is going to slow down trust building. It's going to make it harder for me to connect with my audience. And I'm going to be focusing on the wrong thing, quite frankly, because perfectionism is not reality. It's you trying to make something look better than it actually is. And this is who I am. What's the point in me trying to edit myself into perfectionism when the real version of me, when people come and work with me, they're going to see who I am anyway. When I sign up Sally on my one-to-one program, she's going to get the real Cordelia, not the edited version, because she's going to be on Zoom calls with me. Right? So I want people to actually have their expectations met. I don't want to put out this perfect image. And then when people come through the doors, they get reality. I want reality to be the thing that is out there anyway. And that's good because, as I said with point number 1, trust happens faster. And also point number 2, your humanness becomes your advantage. People want real more than ever before, and they want you to be yourself, and they don't want you to be perfect. They don't relate to perfect. So going live, what it does is it actually trains you out of perfectionism. You learn to think out loud. You learn to riff. You learn to be put on the spot because you're putting yourself in a position where that just happens. Like, you just have to, you don't have a choice. And I've definitely had moments where I've been live and I've just gone blank and maybe paused for like what felt like 10 seconds. When I watch it back on the replay, it's actually only like a second and a half. But the way around it, the way around messing up whilst you're live is to own it. The more that you own it, the more people go, oh yeah, she's just like me. She's just a normal person. And that is really important for being relatable. So it's going to train you out of perfectionism by going live, because it's going to put you in that situation over and over and over again, where you just have to figure out how to riff, how to overcome having forgotten your lines or what you wanted to say, or, a tech issue or something. And it also tells you what people want and what resonates, and gives you that feedback as well, which is really, really important, because I'm going to come and check in the chat in a minute, and maybe there's going to be some comments, and maybe people are going to say, I don't agree with you, or maybe people are going to say, yeah, that was a really good point, or something. And I'm going to be seeing what resonance is happening with real people, which is going to keep me grounded into reality. And, that too. So look, I know that there are a couple of people out there who are like, yeah, all right, Cordelia, great talk. Going live is a great thing to do. I hear you. But I absolutely don't want to go live, because I feel absolutely terrified by the idea of going live. And my palms are sweating just thinking about it. Thank you very much. And maybe you're someone that would actually really like to go live one day, but just the idea of it right now, it's like, man, no way. You got to be joking me. I'm terrified of that. I'm going to go live and just blah. That'll be my live. It'll sound like that. And that is why we are launching, I'm so excited for this, a brand new event next week called Unmuted. Oh, whoops. Left Sam's comment up for ages. My video editor is going to tell me off. A really good idea, actually, to just pop in and see the chat. Oh, Jason's here. Hello, my darling. I was just getting very excited because we've got a new event happening next week. Okay, so as I was saying, there is probably a group of you listening to this going, Cordelia, I agree with every single thing you've said, but I absolutely do not want to press live and go live. Absolutely. I don't want to press the button. I don't want to press the go live button. I just don't. I absolutely can't face the idea of it. And that's why I'm so excited to let you know that we have launched something that is absolutely killer and is going to really support you. If you are someone who knows and understands that going live and being human is going to be your moat, is going to be the thing that saves you, because you're going to have an audience of real human beings that resonate with you, that connect with you, and you really want that. And you know that actually in this AI content saturated world, that being on video is going to enable your audience to truly connect with you, and it's something that you want to get comfortable in doing, then next week we are launching an event called Unmuted. It's just £27 to come and join us, and it's 90 minutes of us just creating a safe space for you to put yourself out in front of other people and speak up. And so Unmuted is a live session where you're going to get to practice speaking on camera in a group of people that just understand how scary it is. Jennifer is going to be there live with us. And Jennifer, And by the way, I just said the word live. This session is going to be unrecorded. There is no replay. We're not creating a replay of people getting outside their comfort zones and speaking up on a Zoom call. There is no, I've created the Zoom event. There is no recording set up. It is unrecorded. And we're going to have Jennifer there as well, because this event that we're putting on, Jennifer is my sister. She's been working with me on my team since 2020 when she came to join me. She left a corporate job and she, at the beginning, couldn't even turn her Zoom camera on in team meetings. She was so nervous about being on camera. She felt so uncomfortable. We did a team photo shoot and she had to get semi-pissed in order to get some pictures taken. She, her journey is incredible. She has gone from being in that place to now not only getting on camera all the time, but she runs webinars and leads them that are live streamed to social media as well. Like unbelievable growth. And all that she did to get to that place, she didn't go to public speaking school. She didn't get coaching. She didn't work through all her limiting beliefs. She did one simple thing. She exposed herself to it in micro doses over and over and over again. And we are creating a space called Unmuted where that is going to be possible for you so that you can just come on and expose yourself to unmuting and speaking. You get to speak, experiment, and just get comfortable with being seen and being heard and discover that the horrible thing that you've built up in your head is actually just completely survivable. And we're going to do this in two ways. We're going to play games and have a laugh and have fun and create this really fun environment. And we're also going to have like micro show ups inside the event. So you're going to have the opportunity to unmute and come and speak for like 60 to 1 to 2 minutes at a time. And that's why we only want 10 people there. We want to keep this small. There's no point having an event called Unmuted where everybody has to stay muted because there's not enough spaces. And if this gets really popular, we've got a plan up our sleeve for what we're going to do to support smaller groups. But Unmuted is going to be happening Tuesday, 2 p.m. Like I said, it's £27 to join. And if getting on live video is a goal of yours and you really want to do it, it starts here. It starts by just getting comfortable with unmuting and speaking. And if that's you, if you want to get familiar with that, then I would love to have you with us on Tuesday. So QR code is there. I will drop the link in the chat as well so that you can, because you might be watching this on your phone and then you're like, well, that's all very well, Cornelia, but I can't scan a QR code from my phone. No worries. I've got you covered. Don't you worry. I've got you covered. Here's the link coming into the chat just now. And just to reiterate, we're not going to be recording it. We're not going to be live streaming that call. It is just a practice session. I wonder if I can add a link here. Oh, so I'm just looking at Instagram. I can add a link to Unmuted directly on the screen, I think. Confirm. Happy days. Unmuted link just added to Instagram. Go check it out. Come hang out with us. We're going to be live on Tuesday. I say live, we're going to be on Zoom. We're not going to be live streaming. It's not even going to be recorded. Just a really safe space for you to come unmute and practice speaking in a room of people that get it, that want to support you, that want to build you up. And if this goes to plan, I've got some big ideas for where this leads. So come and get involved. All right. Lots of love, guys. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I would love to hear about where you're going live. And also, if you are wanting to improve that confidence, come hang out with us at Unmuted. I think you will absolutely love it. And see you on the next one. Lots of